Armageddon Time is the newest film from James Gray, the director of Ad Astra and The Lost City of Z. It's a coming-of-age story about the strength of family and the generational pursuit of the American dream. Hey guys, this is Ben from iCrave Network here to review Armageddon Time, but before I jump into the review, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any of our videos here on iCrave Network, and let me know down in the comment section below how excited you are for this film. Armageddon Time is unlike anything James Gray has done before, as it's a somewhat autobiographical retelling of his childhood life. This seems to be a trend as of late with many big directors kind of doing these dramatic retellings of their childhoods. Belfast, Kenneth Branagh from last year, and then obviously we have Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans coming out later this month. Now, I was looking forward to this film because I'm a pretty big fan of James Gray's previous films, but I didn't know a lot about it going into it. One thing I did know was how stacked this cast is. We got Anne Hathaway, Jeremy Strong, Anthony Hopkins, and newcomer Banks Repta playing the lead character, Paul. Unlike the epic scale and scope of Gray's previous films, this, on the other hand, is a very personal and intimate story. It's very small scale, and the story is told through the eyes of Paul as we follow his ups and downs growing up in New York during the 1980s. And even though it's a small story, it balances a lot. Paul's passions and struggles, his rebellious nature, his relationship with his family, and his friendships. And while it can feel like it never quite does enough with any one of these aspects, I think Gray did a pretty good job at weaving these different elements together in a way that felt compelling and coherent. One aspect of this film that really worked for me was the commentary on white privilege, which is told through Paul's friendship with a boy named Johnny, played by Jalen Webb. Throughout the film, we see their relationship develop as they get into all sorts of trouble together, but Gray communicates some interesting and relevant commentary when the consequences for these two boys and their actions are not equal. Another aspect of this film that really worked for me was the exploration of Paul's family life. It felt very true, and I would assume pretty authentic to what James Gray's own family was like. And it communicates how different people can speak to you at different points in your life in different ways through the relationship that you have with them. Anne Hathaway and Anthony Hopkins are both great as Paul's mother and his grandfather. There's a lot of great moments between them. But the standout to me was actually Jeremy Strong, who's able to show some different sides to his character throughout the film. And he has some really great scenes, especially towards the latter half of this movie. I think that James Gray accomplished what he was setting out to do with this film. It's done very well, but it didn't fully work for me. My biggest criticism with the film is that it felt very familiar and ultimately unmemorable. This story feels like one we've seen many times before, with nothing new being brought to the table that allows it to feel unique. I kind of knew what general direction it was going in, and nothing about the film and how it played out really surprised me. Also, while I'm not saying this message isn't worth telling or relevant, it's also very been here, done that. We've seen this message done many times before. We've seen this message communicated much better before, and this felt like a very safe and surface level exploration of the topic. The crafts here are also fine. They're exactly what they need to be for this kind of movie, but there wasn't a lot of creativity when it comes to the direction, the camera movements, the cinematography, even the score. Nothing really stood out to me, and there wasn't a lot that James Gray did to make it stand out amongst all the other autobiographical films that we see nowadays. So while I did enjoy watching this film, and I'm glad that James Gray was given the opportunity to make something that is so personal and close to him, I really wish they would have done more with this story and had more to say, more to offer. So with that, I'm going to give Armageddon Time a 7 out of 10. So that is it for my review. Like I said, this film is very well done. I'm sure if you saw the trailers and they piqued your interest that you'll have a good time, so go and check it out. Also let me know down in the comment section below what you thought of the film, if you've gotten a chance to see it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like, and to check out more of our reviews here on the channel, you can click either of the icons right over there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.